Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining another session of the Masterclass series. So nice to see everyone joining. My name is Settle, and I will be the moderator for today's session. We still have some more participants joining in. So while they are joining, I will quickly wrap up with the introductions, and then we'll head on with our speaker for today. For those watching live, feel free to join our Zoom live here as well. The registration link, the joining link will be there on your email. All right, so we are here for another masterclass series on generative AI. We have already heard many other sessions from our past speakers, amazing speakers we had previously, and I thank everyone for participating with us and listening to our amazing speakers. If you have missed any of these sessions, you can check out our YouTube channel for the past recording of these sessions. Also, we have another amazing speaker today, but before I introduce her to you guys today, I would like to introduce the hosting organization. So we are known as Global Skill Development Council, and we are based in US, Switzerland, and Singapore. We are an independent, vendor-neutral, agnostic, and international credentialing certification body. We are accredited members of ANSI and ABI-CB. We have over 100 plus certification portfolios and have certified over 90,000 professionals overall. We work globally with our global training partners, who I believe most of you here are here through our partner channel. So thank you so much for joining, and thank you to our partners for always supporting us. We also have over 500 SMEs who work on the GSDC, the programs, the assessments, everything. We are also recognized by 1,000 plus MNC corporates and also recognized with 30 plus universities worldwide. And also, I'm proud to announce today that GSDC has had made its mark on the Forbes magazine as one of the best generative AI certifications recently. So really happy to announce that as well. Moving ahead here, as I mentioned, we have over 100 plus training partners globally, and these partners work together with us to provide the training of the GSDC programs that we have. If you would like to catch up with any of our training partners from your region, do feel free to reach out to them. We will share the link where you can find the partners of your particular region on the chat box. A huge shout out to our patrons as well. They have always been here with us for all our events. So thank you so much to each one of you for always sharing these valuable knowledge sharing programs and always giving us your support throughout. Also, not forgetting our official media partner, World Press Hub. So we thank you always for always being our partner on all the media that we have. GSDC currently has over 100 plus certification portfolios. Besides generative AI, we are also focused on a wide niche of programs. If you are interested, you can have a look on our website. We will share the link to our website on the chat box. You can check that. And if you are interested, you can connect with any of our learning advisors to learn more about the other programs as well. As of now, we will be focusing on generative AI. And as we all know, generative AI is booming right now, and we are so honored to be hosting this masterclass series with so many amazing speakers. We have several programs under generative AI, not only one, but there are many programs there. And just an information for all the attendees here that whoever are here attending this generative AI masterclass, that you will be receiving a complimentary Gen AI Foundation exam voucher from GSDC as for being a part of this masterclass series. So do have a look out on your inbox. We will reach out to you. Just an information that once you are certified with GSDC, you get a lifelong membership automatically with us. So with this membership, you get access to all our events that we host, and and also you get a complimentary upgrade to any certificate from GSDC that you may be holding. So do have a look out for your complimentary voucher. Also an information that we will be hosting a gamification session after we are done with the learning session with our speaker. So do not leave the session once the learning session is done, because you will be playing a game and you will be learning more through the game as well. And not only that, but you will also get to earn a complimentary voucher which is worth $400, and this will be awarded to the top winner of the game. Also, the top 3 winners will get published on our GSDC Wall of Fame. So do stay with us until then to play this very exciting game. And we have a very special game prepared for today, which we will be playing with our speaker. So just moving ahead here before we move on to the rest of the sessions, just want to quickly introduce our speaker as well. We are so honored to have Ms. Daphne Lee today. She is, there is a lot to tell about her, but just to tell in brief, which is very hard, but just to tell in brief, she is one of the creator of ChatGPT for recruiters. She is a champion for AI ethics and a well-known renowned speaker as well. In fact, she is, I believe she is in fact infamously known as the AI whisperer among her fellow Gen Xers. So that is a very cool name actually. And I believe she has many experiences of consulting behemoths of companies with the responsible use of AI for recruitment under the domains of finance and banking. So we are going to learn a lot from Daphne today. So I encourage everyone to stick with us till the end. And to those watching live, you can watch live there as well. You can ask your questions on the chat box from there as well. Our team will coordinate with us to take your questions. And for the people here, you can leave your questions on the chat box. And all the questions will be taken after Daphne is done with the presentation. So yeah, I won't take any more time here. Daphne, I hand over the virtual mic to you. You can take over the screen as well.
Thank you so much for that introduction, Satola. I appreciate it. I will take over the screen. And let's see. Okay, so let me do that. And just want to make sure, can everyone see my screen?
Yes.
Looking good, Daphne.
Okay, great. Well, my name is Daphne Lee. It is a pleasure to see all of you, and I'm going to be talking about generative AI in finance and banking.
Sorry, Daphne, you got muted. Apologies. Yeah, Daphne, if you're able to hear me, you got muted.
Okay, can everyone hear me now? Okay,
Yes.
great.
Thank you.
Okay, great. So what I would like to do is first start out with a quote from McKinsey and Company. McKinsey is a very prominent consulting company globally, and they released a very compelling quote about generative AI shortly last year. And I'm just going to quote it. And I bolded some of the things that struck out to me about what they said about generative AI. According to McKinsey, the adoption and implementation of generative AI technologies are expected to bring about significant, even disruptive change within the industry. As many as 3/4 of professionals in technology and financial services, think about that now, 3/4, that's 75% of professionals in technology and financial services anticipate this shift for tech, and up to 5% in banking. This is coming from McKinsey. This is coming from a renowned global consulting services company. So with that said, they are saying this seismic shift underscores the critical role that generative AI is going to play. This comes from enhancing customer service through chatbots to reshaping risk management and compliance. And I'm still quoting McKinsey. So they're saying, furthermore, McKinsey's analysis highlights generative AI's potential to generate between 2.6 trillion with a T to 4.4 trillion in value across various sectors. So for the banking industry, this translates into taking on lower value tasks in risk management and beyond, marking a pivotal moment in how financial services leverage technology to drive efficiency and innovation, end quote. Let that sink in for a minute. This is coming from one of the world's global renowned consulting firms. This quote, talking about generative AI and accounting and finance. They use the word disruptive, not transformative, not game changing, not any of the trending words we see when it comes to AI in general. Disruptive. So, with that said, I want to move on to my next slide. And that is to welcome all of you to the world of banking and finance. And I want to take this as a culinary journey. I want to make this fun. I want to approach this as where we blend the art of finance with the science of AI. Just like in the kitchen, every tool and ingredient plays a crucial role in creating the perfect dish. Why is that? Because it's simple. Much as a whisk turns eggs into an airy omelet, generative AI simplifies complex financial processes into smooth, straightforward operations. And another thing that it does is you can organize your ideas clearly. I don't want anyone in this room to be intimidated by generative AI. I want you to look at it as an ally, something that's here to smooth and make your lives easier. And finance is going to be like having the ultimate kitchen organizer, ensuring that all of your financial utensils and ingredients are exactly where you need them. It's going to streamline your workflows and enhance clarity. So it's going to be like you'll never forget to buy your milk. And speaking of never forgetting to buy milk, generative AI is going to act as your sous chef in finance. It's keeping track of the essentials so you'll never miss a detail. So it's ensuring liquidity is maintained and operational smoothness. So our tasting menu for today, we are going to first open up with an appetizer. So using that as an analogy, we're going to compare the dynamics of a kitchen to a finance department. Both of them require decision, precision, expert oversights, and timely execution. So think of executive chefs as humans. In the kitchen, the executive chef oversees the menu and the quality, similar to how financial leaders manage strategies and operations. And in this scenario, AI is the sous chef. AI assists like a sous chef. It handles the data preparation and the process optimization. So in finance, AI automates the routine tasks like data analysis and transaction processing. It allows the human to focus on strategic decisions. And that's why I want everyone to approach generative AI as an ally, because you're the creative force leading the strategy, and AI is the tool helping you with the mundane tasks. So, in a collaborative setting, it's the synergy that is taking place. You are the executive chef, and generative AI is boosting that creativity and productivity for you. And so the outcome is the effective teamwork in play. So that moves us to the second course, where we're going to discover the array of services that will be enhancing with AI. And that goes from personal banking delicacies to corporate financing feast. So we'll be serving up innovation, and that's AI's role in diversifying financial services. So if we compare that to, say, a restaurant menu, each service is a unique dish that goes from personal appetizers, say personal banking, to main courses like an appetizer in corporate finance. So let's move on to the third course. And that's generative AI as the main ingredient, the new ingredients. We're going to explore the essence of generative AI, which is the game-changing element that is set to revolutionize our financial cuisine. So look at it as a groundbreaking new ingredient in the financial sector. It's similar to a chef being introduced to an exotic, versatile spice that can transform a traditional recipe that you've been using in the past. It enhances the capability of a financial system to handle complex tasks such as data synthesis and scenario modeling, much like how a rare ingredient can open up the new possibilities in culinary art. And moving on to the fourth course, and that's going to be preparing the dish, the role and responsibilities of how human creativity and AI efficiency combine to craft the innovative financial solutions. And with that, we're going to emphasize, and again, I want everyone to walk out of here not being intimidated by generative AI. That's the main goal. If you don't get anything out of this, I want you to always remember to not be intimidated by AI, because you're the creative force. The robots are not going to take over. So with that said, understand how human creativity and AI efficiency combine to create the innovative financial solutions. The role of human creativity is irreplaceable when it comes to finance. It's like a chef's flair to combining ingredients in new and exciting ways. So I want to make sure that we're discussing how financial professionals use their insight and experience to guide strategy and innovation. And we can discuss how AI tools enhance that efficiency by automating the routine tasks, managing data, and executing operations swiftly, much like precision kitchen appliance handles the time-consuming preparations, and combining that for innovation. So the human creativity can direct the AI capabilities to explore new financial model and solutions, similar to how a chef might use a sous vide machine to experiment with cooking techniques that enhance flavors. So moving on to the next slide is the fifth and sixth taste of success. And this is going to be AI-powered financial delicacies. We'll discuss how AI is successfully implemented, such as things like personalized banking experiences, automated risk management, advanced fraud detection, and streamlined customer service operations. We will show specific case studies that we have and describe how these institutions have improved efficiency, customer satisfaction, and innovative product offerings. And we'll delve into a couple of case studies. Like, for example, we'll discuss a bank that's used AI to revolutionize its credit scoring system. They significantly reduced their defaults, and a finance company that's utilized AI for real-time personalized investment advice and boosted their client portfolio returns. And then the seventh course, we'll talk about culinary caution, navigating the obstacles and ethical considerations in cooking up AI solutions, and making sure we are ensuring a balanced approach. So we'll talk about common technical challenges such as data quality and integration, making sure that we are maintaining system security and the need for continually updating and training these AI systems. And it's the integration of AI in finance and introducing a powerful but delicate new ingredient into classical recipes. It does require careful handling to maintain that balance and integrity. And the ethical considerations, addressing those issues, including data privacy, algorithmic bias, and transparency, and comparing these to ethical sourcing and transparency in the culinary world, ensuring that the ingredients are not only high quality, but ethically obtained. So we'll highlight the need for compliance with financial regulations, similar to what they do in health and safety standards in a kitchen. We'll emphasize how AI must be carefully monitored and regulated to ensure that it serves its intended purpose without causing harm. And we'll look forward to the perspective on ongoing research, transparent practices, and collaborative efforts between technologists and regulators, and how crucial it is to navigate these challenges, just as feedback and adaptation is when it comes to is key in culinary art. And the eighth course, of course, is future flavors. Start by setting the scene for futures, will predict future advancements in AI that will allow for even more personalized financial services. Things like banking to investing. We'll talk about automated financial advising, the potential for AI-driven financial advisors to become more sophisticated, providing insights and recommendations with unprecedented accuracy, similar to what a sommelier who perfectly pairs wine with every course. We'll talk about blockchain and AI integration, highlight the expected integration of blockchain technology with AI to enhance security and transparency to financial transactions, much like the introduction of traceable farm-to-table ingredients in the culinary world. And we'll also talk about AI in regulatory compliance and anticipate the role of AI in simplifying and strengthening regulatory compliance, reducing costs and errors, and compare that to how modern kitchen technology ensures consistent quality and adherence to safety measures. And of course, when we talk about the future of AI, we can't forget and ethics in AI development and how to emphasize, the importance of developing ethical AI solutions and consider privacy, bias, and equity, and ensure that the future of AI in finance is as responsible as it is innovative, and much like as sustainable and ethical sourcing is in modern gastronomy. So, with that said, the role of continuous innovation in finance, driven by generative AI, is preparing us for a future where financial solutions and services are just as dynamic and evolving as the world of gourmet cuisine. So, with that said, let's get this party started. That's just that's just a look at the menu. Just wanted to get you started on get your mouth watering on what we have to look forward to. So for starters, we're looking at transactional services. And that comes with daily account handling. Enhanced by generative AI, this service becomes a predictive assistant in daily account management. It's similar to how a chef anticipates the palate preferences of their guests. Examples would be AI forecasting upcoming bills, suggesting budget adjustments, and automating savings based on spending patterns. And then you have payment processing. AI ensures that every transaction is smooth and satisfying as their favorite appetizer. AI can use smart algorithms to secure transactions against fraud and speeds up the processing time. And examples of this would be real-time fraud detection alerts, automatic adjustment of payment methods based on success rates and fees. So the key benefits to this would be efficiency and personalization. It would handle the routine financial tasks, allowing customers to focus on their broader financial goals. And then there's the personalization aspect, where AI tailors banking experiences to individualize financial behaviors and needs. And also, let's talk about enhanced security. AI enhances the security measures, and this reassures customers and the financial appetizer not only is delicious, but it's also safe. And so, from a future outlook perspective, this makes it more intuitive and anticipatory feature that continues to refine the customer experience. So this is the appetizer or the starter outlook that we can see with generative AI. Does that make sense to everyone so far? I know I can't see the chat, but I want you to open your mind when it comes to generative AI. If everyone can at least give me a thumbs up, if that makes sense, because what I want this to do is when you think of generative AI, I want you to think of it in terms of how can it take over my mundane tasks so I can be the creative force and think of the human side where I can focus on the customer, the one-on-one. I can focus on the stakeholder. I can focus on the strategy. I can focus on the human things so the generative AI can take care of the routine, the automated, the things that now I don't have to do. I don't have to focus on. I don't have to keep on spinning my wheels and doing. That's what the sous chef can do. That's what the line cooks can do. That's what the dishwashers can do. If you've ever watched Hell's Kitchen, think of yourself as Gordon Ramsay. You run the kitchen. You're responsible for everything that's going on. So the onus and the responsibility runs on you. You're the face. Generative AI is handling everything that you do, but they're executing your vision. And when I'm doing my engagements, my speaking engagements, regardless of the topic, that's how I always explain generative AI. You are Gordon Ramsay. Because Gordon Ramsay can't do it by himself. He is the name and he is the face. He is the creative force. But generative AI is the background. They're doing all the work and they're executing. But think about this. He's the one who has to communicate his vision effectively. He has to see it and then communicate what he sees effectively in order for them to execute. If you can see it from that perspective, all of everything that I'm saying will become very easy to grasp. Thumbs up if everything I just said makes sense, or even if it's clear as mud, give me a thumbs up just to let me know that you're listening to me. Okay, so let's move on because I tend to circle the airport, but I will land this plane. So I'm your pilot today. Enjoy your beverage of choice. I know right now we're over the ocean, but I will land this plane safely and you will get to your destination on time and you will get there happy and safe. So let's move on. Entrees. So entrees are going to be your investment services. And this is your stocks and bonds. So this is your strategic seasoning with AI. This is going to be, think of this as precise seasoning that anticipate your market moves. It's perfectly enhancing investment strategies. So I want you to think of this as AI, AI's ability to analyze market data and economic indicators to predict trends and make timely buy or sell decisions. So an example of this is using machine learning modules to simulate different market scenarios and adjust strategies in real time. AI can customize your investment portfolio with the precision of a master chef and blend a mix of assets that align perfectly with your taste and financial goals while you are communicating with your client and making sure you are answering their questions and concerns one-on-one and giving them that personal white glove service. Does that make sense? Okay. And in this case, generative AI is acting like the precise seasoning that anticipates the market movements. And it's doing everything and adjustments in the real time. So we'll move on for that. And we're going to portfolio management. So let me get to my next screen. So we are moving on to our specials. You know, when you go to a restaurant and you're looking at the menu and then your server comes out and he announces the specials of the day. This is not on the menu. And this is the a la carte, or this is the things that are not on the menu, but this is reserved for the special clientele. So this is what we're going to discuss. Business financing. This is the services that generative AI shapes with the precision of a nutritionist. These are plans that are crafted to support and energize your financial health. So this section is going to detail how AI can drive technologies to personalize business financing and personal loans to ensure that they fit the unique financial narratives of each of your customers. So let's talk about business financing and introduce AI's role that's similar to that of, say, a nutritionist who evaluates the overall health and potential of a business to provide a customized financial plan. AI would take the historical financial data, market trends, and business models to forecast growth and determine appropriate financial structures. An example of this would be AI-driven risk assessments that adjust terms based on a business's financial stamina and market position. Another side of that would be personal loans and taking a loan that tailor fits to a personal financial narrative. So in this case, generative AI would customize loan options that align perfectly to an individual's financial situations, ensuring comfort and financial health. So AI would assess the personal financial data, their spending habits, future financial projections to offer precisely tailored loan habits, their loan amounts and terms. So in this example, the scenario analysis would allow a customer to see how different loan options would affect their financial health under various conditions. And the key benefits to this would be precision in customization. So instead of a one-size-fits-all across market groups of customers, now we can highlight a precise, tailored approach, and AI can customize craft loan services, ensuring that each of your clients receives an optimal solution for their specific needs. Because each customer is different. You might have a customer that's W-2 where their income is fixed. Whereas now, of course, we're post-COVID, people might have more of a gig type of income where they need a more personalized approach based on their gig type of focused, driven solution. So now AI can approach it accordingly. And AI-driven loans promote better financial management and growth, similar to a diet plan enhances overall health. And also, with the efficiency and speed, AI can now process applications and perform the risk assessments and significantly reduce the time from the application to the approval compared to the traditional methods. Quick story time. I used to be a loan officer way back in the day. I'm about to age myself. For all you accounting and finance professionals out there, I don't know if you remember the 125 loans. Put a hand in the chat if you do. This has probably led to the 2008 financial crisis. But I used to be one of those 125 loan officers. And we gave loans to everybody. I was one of the telemarketers for those loans. And that was not a good thing. But I do remember having to go through the entire sales loan pitch and ask for their debt to income ratio and go through those numbers and crunch those numbers. And looking back at those times, clearly this is back in the 90s. I'm as Tola mentioned in the beginning of the intro, I'm the AI whisperer and I cater to Gen X. So clearly I'm a Gen Xer. If you couldn't tell by my wall in the background, I'm clearly a Prince fan. But I say all that to say, back then we had to go through the finances, clearly not with a fine-tooth comb, but we had to just make sure that the equity that the homeowners had supported the 125 to get the loan. So with AI, if we had it back then, we would have been able to process and perform the risk assessment to reduce the time from the application to approval, because we had underwriters who had to go through and do all of that. Um, of course, back then that should have been banned and not a thing, because now looking back 25 or how many years later, we all know that that was not a win-win for anybody involved, because 2008 happened. But um, as you can see, from an automation point of view, it took about a week or two to go through underwriting before the loans were approved and so forth. So from an AI perspective, that time would have been cut down from a week to possibly hours, 2, 3 at the most. So, from a future outlook perspective, looking ahead, AI loan servicing, such as integrating real time economic data from a more dynamically adaptable loan terms, and the potential for use of blockchain for greater transparency and security, will greatly be effective using generative AI. So, moving to desserts, that's fintech innovations. And that's sweetening the deal. AI enhanced, and this is talking about blockchain. And I know blockchains is something that's definitely the new kid on the block. No Gentech pun intended. But we're going to end this financial feast on a high note, with desserts on our menu, and that's fintech. This showcases how blockchain services and robo-advisors are powered by AI. They provide secure, efficient, and personalized financial experiences, much like how a crafted dessert rounds out a gourmet meal. So let's talk about blockchain services and enhanced security and efficiency. AI amplifies the inherent security and efficiency of blockchain technology, very similar to how dessert can both surprise and delight with unexpected flavors. Um, AI's role in optimizing blockchain algorithms for faster transaction verifications and more secure data encryption. As an example, AI driven smart contracts automatically execute, verify, and enforce the negotiation of a contract. And that increases transparency and reduces delays. When it comes to robo advisors, and these AI powered advisors serve up financial advice that's personalized and refreshing, like an after dinner mint. And that offers advisors to analyze large volumes of data and then make very custom tailored suggestions that fit your individualized financial goals, your risk tolerances, and timelines. So it's not a blanket set of advice that many of us are used to receiving, say, 10 years ago. Retire by age 65, be on a boat by age 70, and just paddle off into the sunset. Now, a lot of us don't want to do that. Some of us want to work until 75. Some of us may want to retire by 42. And now we have the capability of doing that if we have a plan in action to do that. And there's now AI algorithms that can adapt to those changes in a client's financial situation or market conditions and provide that up-to-date advice that aligns with those personal objectives. So the key benefits in all of this is to emphasize the delight that the customer can now feel when they know they're engaged with advanced AI empowered fintech services that can exceed their expectations. Because it's one thing to dream it, but it's another thing when they can visualize it, see it on paper, and they're receiving that white glove service from you, and you have it you have the confidence of presenting it because generative AI has backed up the research for you, much like a dessert surprises and satisfies. And now you can tailor that experience because you highlight the customization capabilities of AI in fintech, which ensures that every financial service provided is well suited to the user, just as their favorite dessert. And it's enhancing the trust and the reliability. You're discussing how AI's precision and ability to handle the complex calculations in financial services is the same consistency of a well-crafted dessert. So the future potential of integrating this AI deeper into fintech solutions suggests innovations like voice activated trading, enhanced predictive analytics for investment, and the possibility of AI personalized insurance policies. So there's a lot of exciting things coming up on the horizon when it comes to fintech innovation. So the next thing we have is this is the after dinner mint, the aperitif, the advisory services. So this is priming the palate. And you start your financial experience with priming the palate, where generative AI serves as the sommelier. And this is where enhancing the flavor and presentation of your financial planning. This is the marketing analysis. This is where generative AI can break everything down into palatable advice. And also, we get into the regulatory compliance consulting. So as a market analysis, generative AI is, we want to make sure it's always clear, insightful advice and prepare the clients for informed financial decisions. Just as I always want to make sure that generative AI is clear and distinct for you as the audience, you want to make sure that the information that you're providing for your clients, your stakeholders, and your end users is clear and concise as well. And so you want to prepare them to make informed financial decisions, just as an aperitif prepares the palate for a meal. And so the capability of AI is to process and analyze vast data sets quickly. It identifies trends and opportunities that might be missed by human analysts. So an example of this, the use of natural language processing to interpret market sentiment from news articles and social media, offering a comprehensive market outlet, is a great example of generative AI. Something that we may miss with our human eyes, generative AI can catch. And that's what I mean about letting AI do the mundane tasks. Let it read those articles. Let it capture that data. Let it do that grunt work so you can focus on being the creative source. So you can focus on the human element. So you can focus on the one-on-one. Let it do that back end work. Let it capture all that data. Let it ingest it and let it summarize it for you. It's human-like behavior. It's a human brain. People make the mistake of thinking generative AI is a robot. Generative AI is not a robot. Generative AI is human brain behavior. So it can mimic the human brain. It's like having an assistant. It's a mini you. But remember, it is a mini you. You can program it to do what you need it to do. Feed it the information that you need it to do, and it will do it. Just make sure you're letting it know what you need it to do. It's not a robot. It's human brain like. And always use the term like because you are the human, but it's a human brain behavior. So with that said, let's move into, I get so passionate about this, guys. I'm so sorry. And that's why you'll see me watching the clock because I want to make sure we don't run out of time. But every time I speak about generative AI, I get so hyped because I'm, okay, sorry. Okay, regulatory compliance consulting. So AI can navigate intricate webs of regulations, just like a sommelier. Now, here's the thing about generative AI. At the end of the day, and this is a sermon that I will never get off the platform of. Again, you're Gordon Ramsay, you are the executive chef. Generative AI is generative AI. The onus, the responsibility, the accountability will always fall on you as the executive chef. It's on your shoulders. You cannot make generative AI as the scapegoat. Anything that you program or anything that comes out of generative AI, the ethics, the bias, the responsibilities all falls on you. And I'm going to give you, this is a real life human example. This is how I want you to picture it. Think of a restaurant and things are coming out of the kitchen. If a customer receives a bone in their fish, if they get raw chicken, if the service is not good and the customer is not satisfied, it could be a customer, stakeholder, it doesn't matter. If the end user is not satisfied, if they are unhappy for any reason, the accountability falls on you as the executive chef. It is not on generative AI. That's on you because it's your responsibility to make sure that the prompt engineering was properly fed to generative AI. And I know that's a separate topic, so I'm not going to get into it. The customization of how you wanted your creativity, your vision input into generative AI, that falls on you as the executive chef. The privilege of using generative AI is on you. So the responsibility, the accountability falls on the human, not generative AI. So please, if you don't take anything away from that, two things. One, generative AI is simple. Two, because of its simplicity, the accountability does lie on the human. So with that said, moving on, regulatory compliance consulting. Similar to a sommelier who expertly selects the perfect wine, it ensures that the financial operations are both compliant and refined. So AI systems keep track of changing regulations across different jurisdictions and can automatically update compliance protocols. So as an example, AI tools that simulate regulatory audits to identify potential non-compliance issues before they become problematic. So some key benefits of this: being prepared and confident. AI in advisory service can equip clients with the confidence to make strategic financial decisions that are supported by deep insights and compliance insurance. Another benefit is enhanced efficiency and precision. AI brings to advisory services reduced time and effort that's needed for complex analyses and compliance checks. Another key benefit is customization and personalization. And that emphasizes the tailored approach of AI, which adjusts advice and compliance strategies that's based on the specific needs and the context of each client, and that ensures optimal outcomes. So, as a recap, generative AI is the secret sauce. In advisory services, it enhances traditional financial services by making them more efficient, personalized, and secure. So AI not only enriches understanding and compliance, but it ensures that your clients are perfectly primed for the complex world of finance. So that's what generative AI at the end of the day is secret sauce. Something tells me you'll want to remember that secret sauce question. So keep that in mind. Human creativity, the master chef. Idea generation. In this section, what we'll do is we're going to explore the indispensable role of human creativity in the financial sector, and we'll draw the parallels with the inventive and attentive nature of a master chef. This is going to highlight how financial professionals leverage creativity, emotional intelligence, and the ethical oversight to innovate and tailor services, ensuring that AI tools are used responsibly to enhance client outcomes. So let's start with idea generation. Culinary creativity applied to finance. Much like to chefs experimenting with new recipes and innovating with new products and strategies, finance and financial professionals, it's really very similar. It's creative thinking in financial tools. Think of blockchain technologies or AI-driven platforms. Like, for example, crafting investment strategies that adapt to market changes, or creating inclusive banking services that address previously unmet client needs. So thinking of emotional intelligence, catering to client palate. Similar to how a chef considers individual dietary preferences, financial professionals use emotional intelligence to understand and address needs and emotional concerns. So think of emotional intelligence in terms of building client relationships and delivering services that genuinely meet clients' financial and personal aspirations. An example of this would be tailoring retirement planning that aligns with personal goals, or sensitive handling of clients through economic downturns. I can't think of a better example of an economic downturn than what we're facing right now, through this time as we speak. Ethical oversights, maintaining the health of financial offerings. Think of a chef that ensures the healthiness of their dishes, and the financial leaders that are overseeing the ethical application of AI. There is a necessity of upholding the high ethical standards in AI's implementation to prevent misuse and ensure fairness. An example of this would be developing frameworks to detect and mitigate AI biases and ensure that transparency in AI-driven decision-making processes are being used and implemented. The key benefits of this is innovative and adaptive solutions. Creativity fuels creation of innovation, and adaptive financial solutions can better withstand market volatility and respond to new opportunities. And then there's deeper client engagement. It helps you understand client emotions, and that leads to deeper engagement, more personalized service, and increasing client satisfaction and loyalty. And then, of course, a trusted financial environment that helps emphasize the ethical oversight, and that ensures financial services remain trustworthy, client focused, and especially as technology becomes more integrated into everyday financial activities. So AI efficiency, that's the kitchen gadgets. AI's role in data analysis, automation, and client-specific customization really emphasizes its impact on enhancing efficiency and delivering tailored financial services. So let's talk about data analysis. That's the food processor of data. AI is the food processor that efficiently handles vast amounts of market data. It slices through complexities to uncover valuable trends and insights. It details how this data processing can aid financial professionals in quickly identifying opportunities and risks. An example of this would be AI algorithms that detect emerging market patterns or assesses economic shifts for proactive investment adjustments. Automated processes. AI's role in finance to kitchen gadgets automates mundane tasks such as electric peelers or automatic stirrers that frees up time for more creative culinary efforts. So in AI, that would manage repetitive financial tasks like transaction processing, compliance monitoring, or routine customer inquiries. Now we can enable professionals to concentrate on higher level strategies and client interactions. Examples of this would be robotic process automation or RPA systems that handle end-to-end loan processing, or fraud detection systems that operate in real time, personalization, adjustable kitchen tools. AI customizes financial advice and products to fit individual client profiles. This is similar to modern kitchen gadgets that adjust settings to achieve the perfect cooking result. So in AI, that would be the ability to analyze client data to tailor investment advice, financial plans, and even banking services to individual needs. An example of this would be personalized investment apps that modify asset allocations based on changes in financial goals or risk tolerance, and banking bots that customize saving advice based on spending patterns. The key benefits to these would be enhanced efficiency and productivity. AI increases productivity by taking over time-consuming data analysis and task execution, much like time-saving kitchen gadgets. It can tailor financial services. It stresses the capability of AI to deliver highly personalized financial service, highly personalized financial advice and services, ensuring that every client solution is as unique as a custom recipe. And then there's scalability and innovation. AI enables financial services to scale operations efficiently and innovate continuously, much like how new kitchen technologies revolutionize cooking techniques. And so now our takeaways. Collaboration is key, an essential partnership. The partnership between human creativity and AI is like the collaborative dynamic between a chef and their kitchen tools. Effective financial solutions are the result of this synergy. It combines the strategic insight of financial professionals with the robust data processing capabilities of AI. And to use and highlight this collaboration has led to innovative financial products and enhanced service offerings, much like how a chef uses both traditional techniques and modern equipment to create exceptional dishes. And balancing these roles outline the distinct but complementary roles of humans and AI in the financial sectors. And I know I'm running low on time, so I want to go over these case studies. The first one is Innova. Innova employed AI and machine learning on its lending platform to enhance financial analytics and credit enhancements that focused on service, non-prime customers, and small businesses. It addressed real-life challenges like emergency. I have to move this because I can't see. Oops, went back. Okay. Sorry. All right, so I lost that. We'll go to Acrolis. Acrolis offers document processing software, and these are real companies. Acrolis offers document processing software that blends machine learning with human verification, and it speeds up the increasing accuracy of financial document analysis. And this software is pivotal in determining loan eligibility across various lending types, and that includes mortgage and business, enhancing efficiency and credit scoring, and KYC processes. So if you can picture Acrolis as a masterful kitchen gadget that doesn't just speed up prep, but refines it, it merged AI precision with the sommelier's nose for detail, ensuring that every financial document is a recipe for success. And so I'm going to go to the next study because there's actually 4. Data Robot offers machine learning software that accelerates the creation of accurate predictive models for financial services, helping with tasks like detecting fraudulent transactions and optimizing wealth management strategies. Its solutions empower firms to make smarter underwriting decisions, impacting lending efficiently and risk management. And then the last case study is Synaptic AI. It provides a credit underwriting platform that enhances transparency and reduces loss for bank and credit institutions. It leverages non-trade line data and adaptive AI models to offer predictive intelligence for credit decisions, revolutionizing traditional underwriting processes. So these are the 4 companies that integrated generative AI to make it better for their organization. So identifying allergens, bias detection, cross-contamination concerns, data privacy, and sustainable sourcing, ethical data use. Ingredients must be ethically sourced. Data used in AI solutions should be gathered and employed responsibly, and a balanced diet, diversity, inclusion, ensuring that our AI solutions cater to a diverse range of needs, much like a menu offering options for our dietary preferences. In crafting AI solutions, we strive for a gourmet experience that's both delightful and ethical, nourishing the financial health and well-being for our customers without compromise. AI is the personal financial chef, blockchain is the pantry, and automation is the financial kitchen. So let's embrace the future where finance marries technology in an ever-evolving banquet of innovations, constantly surprising us with new possibilities to manage, invest, and enjoy our financial lives. Thank you so much for listening to this presentation. I appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank you, Daphne. Such a I would say very interactive, very playful presentation that was. Thank you so much again. Um, I see that you have a gamification screen on here, but we'll do the Q&A first, and then we'll move on to the gamification. So I already have some few questions on the chat box which I'd like to read out for you. Let me go through the questions here. Okay, so here is a bit of a long question. So this is asked by ADV Nandipa. So he's asking how do we ensure that the users of Gen AI are able to verify the prompts, given that Gen AI is utilized to just provide information whose information source is rather limited to what exists some data which might not cover the African perspective.
Okay, I'm sorry. Can you repeat the question again?
Just yeah. How do we ensure that the users of Gen AI are able to verify the prompts, given that Gen AI is utilized to just provide info whose information source is rather limited to what exists some data which might not cover the African perspective?
I'm sorry. Are you saying African perspective?
Correct, yes. The some which exists on the data of which might not cover the African perspective.
That's
Would you
a
like me
great
to?
that's a great question. That's a question that I would actually have to research further. Only because I'm not familiar with that particular perspective from the African perspective, and I want to make sure that I am giving the correct response from an African perspective. Is there a way that that can be sent to me and I can research that and get that back to you?
Yes, definitely. I will
Okay.
send a copy of the questions to you too.
But that is an excellent question. I just want to make sure I give a very accurate give an accurate response.
Okay, that can be done. And Nandipa, since you were asked to ask the question, you can always reach out to our speaker on LinkedIn as well. We have shared her link on chat box as well. Another question here, okay, by the same person. So asking how does generative AI within advisory services provide for security?
Now, that's a great question. Security with generative AI, when you're creating, depending on the tool that you're using, it's going to differ. And I always tell people when you're using, say, an LLM, and an LLM is a fancy word for, say, ChatGPT or Copilot or any competitor of Copilot. You can use Gemini or any of those. Don't put in any data that you would not want to use on social media. So don't put any client's personal data, your company data, or anything. Put in generic information if you're doing research or if you're conducting any type of research. So that way you're not compromising the integrity of anyone's confidentiality. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Nandipa, I hope that makes sense for you. Okay, we can move on here while we wait for the response. We have some more questions coming up. Um, Aditya here is asking how AI governs ethics followed in system.
How AI governs, I missed the last part.
I believe that's how does AI governs ethics followed in the system.
How AI governs follow. I'm sorry, I'm not hearing the last part of the question.
Uh, Ethics followed in the system.
Oh, how AI governs ethics in the system. Here's the thing with ethics, and ethics is a very thin, tricky line. AI doesn't follow ethics, the human follows ethics. So it's the person who is putting in the information into AI that needs to follow the ethics. So AI is not necessarily following the ethics. It's the prompts that you're putting in, because someone can bypass ethics if they want to and put in something that's completely unethical. Now AI can sometimes catch it, and I'm going to give an example. I'm a recruiter. There are questions that can be deemed not ethical that AI can slip through. And that this is where I go back to the responsibility falls on the human with the ethics. You have to make sure that the input, the information that you're putting into the AI is ethical, because it's not the responsibility of AI to make sure that it's ethic. So the input has to be responsible, because AI might not necessarily catch it once once the data is put in there, it might not necessarily catch it. Now you have vendors, AI vendors, that will sell their wares or their platforms as ethical. But even then, it's still your responsibility to make sure you conduct your research to make sure that they are what they say they are. And that's why I say, as the executive chef, the responsibility still falls on you. Because let's say that vendor didn't catch something, and then the customer receives something that's not ethical, the onus is still going to fall on you as the executive chef. So I know that sounds convoluted, but it goes back to the information that you're putting into the AI system. However you set it up, and when I say set it up, the input, the prompt engineering, the prompts that you're putting in when you're setting up your AI system is where the ethics begin. Because everything starts with how you want it to execute. Everything starts from there. And so you have to have that plan in place. Did that answer your question, or do I need to would you like me to go into a little bit more detail?
Yes, Aditya, if you are there, you can let us know if that is good for you. Yes, he says yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so next question here is by Peace. How can organizations ensure that generative AI does not perpetuate existing socioeconomic disparities?
That is a wonderful question. It really starts from the top down and communicating effectively, because right now, it, I see it happening. And it starts with creating gender neutral. It starts with creating neutrality, where it's not creating a bias with the way they are separating questions when it's from a selecting criteria. It's not doing it in a way where the agenda is to specifically separate a category of individuals that are, there's a word I'm looking for, underrepresented. If I'm making, and in banking and finance, I think you probably know what I mean. And there's a way to do that when you're setting up your questions to put in the AI. That starts from the top down. And that's where ethics officers and people that are setting up these modules, because none of this can even be put into place in the first place unless you have someone from the top establishing these guidelines, establishing these ethics, because you have to start with these questions, these differentiators, and that's where these guidelines come in, this bias, these regulations. And the reason why I can say this is I see it in recruiting. In recruiting, you have what's called knockout questions. And because of post-COVID, I'll give you a perfect example. Um, if you've had more than 3 jobs in the last 5 years, that's a knockout question. Well, this is post-COVID. Who hasn't had more than 3 jobs in the last 5 years? See what I'm getting at? But that's a top-down decision that needs to be eradicated. It should be based on skills, not something that's beyond the control of a circumstance that affected the entire planet, literally. So, with that said, in order to be able to get that under control from the top down, that needs to be handled. That needs to be a tweak in the questioning where it doesn't affect an underrepresented category. It needs to be questioned in a way where it's not targeted toward that category. It needs to be targeted where it really is fair and representational. So it's not considered bias. Did that answer your question? Because I understand exactly what you're saying. I'm just trying to make sure I'm wording that correctly.
Okay. Yes, Peace says yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we are running a little ahead of time, so we'll take a last question here. There are many questions, but unfortunately, we cannot take all of it, but
I'm
we will
loving these
definitely send it
questions, by
across.
the way. These
Yes.
questions are completely awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Of course, we always love a good interactive crowd like this. We will send the questions ahead, of course, but for now, a last question here. Again, this is by Nandipa. So, this is a follow-up question to the last one. And the question is, given that data privacy is the currency, how is the cybersecurity dimension jealously protected in line with GDPR prescripts?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. Because I was just talking about this with a colleague the other day. This is a tricky web. They are working on it. I know Microsoft is in talks with OpenAI. OpenAI is the parent company that owns ChatGPT. Microsoft has made a deal with OpenAI that owns Chat regarding data privacy. Let's put it like this. It's not going to happen soon. That's my theory. It's not going to happen soon. This is something that is in the works, especially with GPTR, and generative AI is working on it. And this is going to be a hot talking point within the next 18 months. So this is one of those stay tuned type of questions because they are in talks on it and they are working on an AI platform. So they are not there yet, but they are working on it. And this is one of those projects that billions of dollars are being trickled into. And this is one of those things that McKinsey was alluding to when they said disruptive, and they were alluding to the trillions of dollars are being trickled to. There's startup companies that are being formed as we speak that are targeting just to address that problem. So is it on the radar? Yes. Is it being solved right now in this moment? It's being addressed. Is it solved? No, but it is being addressed. So yes and no is the current answer right now, but yes, it's on the radar.
All right. Thank you so much, Daphne, for answering all those questions. We have even more, but due to the time restraints, we cannot go ahead, unfortunately. But yes, we will definitely send you the questions, and we will send Daphne's LinkedIn link again on the chat box. You can connect with her there. Before we move on ahead here for the gamification round, Daphne, do you want to put a final statement here for your presentation?
Let's see. I have there's all my contact information, so feel free to contact me. I'm always around.
Great. Thank you so much again, Daphne. So I hope that we can connect with you again and have another great, fun session. And also want to give you a really good, really great appreciation from GSDC sites for being a speaker here. All
Thank
right.
you. It was a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. That's a pleasure as well. All right, so we will move on ahead here with the gamification round. Definitely stick around with us to
Okay.
be the boss, and we'll play the game. So we will send out the link to the game. You can find it on the chat box. I'm just sharing my screen here. I'm taking over the screen, Daphne.
Okay, so I'll stop sharing.
Okay, thank you. So just to quickly give a refresher to the players. We will be having this game, and the winner will get a $400 word voucher from GSDC. You can click on the link that is shared on the chat box, and once you click on it, you will see this page. Most of you won't have the login already, so you can go and sign up. If you already have your credentials, then you can use that. If you do not have it, then you can just simply go and sign up. You can use a dummy email. But for your name, your first name and last name, please use your actual name and last name so that we can recognize you if you win. You can enter a dummy email for the sign up, and the session ID is 1779. So 1779 would be the session for today. Once you sign up, this would be the screen you see. So the game today that we will be playing is called Beat the Boss. So here for today's game, our speaker Daphne is going to be the boss, and you are all going to play against her. There will be a series of questions. I believe there will be 10 questions, and you can go ahead and answer accordingly under the time limit, and you will have to beat the boss. Whoever beat the boss will be the winner, and the top three scorers will be published on our GSDC
Yeah.
Wall of Fame. So please go ahead and sign up and find this screen. And once you are there, you can wait for my cue, and I will let you know to take the challenge once I start. So I'm just stopping my screen share here so that I can share my uh, the admin dashboard for you to refer the lobby. So you can go ahead and click on Tag the Challenge. If you're facing a sign up issue, then you can use any dummy email. Just type in 12345 at gmail.com. There's no worries, you can just do that.
Oh, okay.
You'll log in. So this is the lobby. Whoever have signed up entering here, you can find your name here itself. Also, just want to announce and also appreciate our partner Novel Vista for this gamification platform. This is provided by them and developed by their expert team. So thank you to Novel Vista team for giving us this platform to play this game on the session. For those watching live, you can check your comment section. The link will be shared there along with the session ID. You can check there and you can join in. Since we have a little less time, we will start the quiz very soon. I'll give it another minute or so, 1 minute or two, and we'll start the game.
Oh,
If you are having a credentials issue, just try using a different email ID. Just use a dummy email. Just make sure that your name is the actual name, your actual name. And for the email, just use any dummy email. All right. So we'll wait another 1 minute and then we'll start the game. I see people joining in. Do quickly join in. You will get a chance to win the voucher. If you miss out on this on the gamification for this session, you can try again on the next session as well. Okay, so once you enter the quiz, you will find a series of questions you have to answer. I'll give you 2 minutes to answer all these questions. So accordingly, do check the time while you answer the questions as well, and try to finish all the 10 questions. There will be a total of 10 questions. Also, do not refresh your browser or else you will lose all your data. Okay, so I'll just do the countdown and start this quiz from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the quiz has started. You can check your screen, check the questions. I have started my timer for 2 minutes. So within 2 minutes, you have to complete 100 questions. Our speaker Daphne is the boss. You will have to beat her score. For those of you who could not attempt this game, very sorry about that. You can try again on the next session. We will have it for every of our sessions like this. Daphne, are you able to play the game?
yes.
Okay, great. So we have very good players, I can see. All right. We have around 1 minute left here. You have 1 minute to complete. There are a total of 10 questions. A few more minutes, a few more seconds left, approximately 40 seconds. Once the gamification round is over, I would request the winner to give us a takeaway of your experience. So don't feel shy to open your camera and talk to us. Okay, I'll do the countdown soon. If you haven't completed yet, do it soon. And countdown starts now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So I have ended the quiz. Let's see who's the winner. All right. We can see the winner here on the screen. You can check my screen as well for the winner. Congratulations, boss defeated. So the
Yeah, I
top
was defeated.
winner, yeah. So the top winner is Shishir, winning total points of 800. And second winner is also 800 by Amit. However, the first winner got the first position because he has lesser time. That is 147. And Amit was a little behind on a few seconds. But no worries, you can always try next time. Congratulations to the three winners, Shishir, Amit, and Vijay. You can please feel free to open your camera and talk to us. We will be happy to listen about your takeaways on this as well. I'm just checking if I can unmute you, or so you can connect with us here and talk to our speaker also at the same time. Yes, hello, Sashir, Amit, and Vijay. Yeah,
Hello.
Sashir is here. Hi,
Hey,
Sashir. How
good
was
evening,
your
everyone.
experience?
It was really fun and nice knowledge sharing. Even I gain a lot and try to explore much in the financial sector. Although I am not directly but indirectly associated with the banking sector only, but I learned a lot that how we can utilize and explore the Gen AI in the financial sector. Definitely, I will try to explore more on that. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shishir. Thank you. So we will connect back with all the winners soon. And if you can, then do reach out to us as well directly. Our information will be there on the chat box, and also we will let you know on how to proceed further with that. So yes, again, thank you so much for playing, and also for to those who could not play right now, you can always try again the next time. We will be hosting this kind of gamification sessions on all our events, so do have a look out on all our programs. Yeah, so we'll move ahead here with the next session that we will be having. Um, we'll be having another session on retail, generative AI in retail, which will be facilitated by Noel Russell, who is the founder and co-director of AI Leadership Institute. This will be hosted on 25th April. At the same time, you can share this event with your peers, whoever are interested on generative AI and are on the retail field. You can join them. You can let them know about this and ask them to join, and we'll play another gamification session. You'll have another chance to win the prize and connect with amazing speakers again. So yeah, thank you so much again, everyone, for attending. Thank you, Daphne. It was so fun connecting with you, and I really hope that we can connect with you again. Um, on the screen, you can see a QR code which you can connect with us on LinkedIn, and do feel free to leave us your takeaways on Trustpilot. We will be so happy to see your reviews there. So until we see you all again, I hope that everyone has a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Thank you so much and take care.
Thank you,
Bye,
everyone. I
Daphne.
appreciate it. Bye bye. Thank you so much.